Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's once again get right to the news.
Okay, we've got three little stories we're going to go over here today. First one, I'm going to kind of briefly mention that the new Mandalorian trailer for Season 3 did go up yesterday during that football
That's a
game.
little piece of news. Doesn't get any more major in the Star Wars community, I think.
Yes, it did. It did come out. We did a breakdown of it on the other channel.
Other channel.
Other channel. To me, this is the main channel, so.
To many, I think it is. It's becoming more and more popular, which is awesome.
One interesting thing of note is if you watch the trailer on Disney Plus, there's one additional scene/image that they kind of just snuck in there.
Thanks, Disney Plus.
Thank you, Disney Plus.
We did a whole review and didn't know one of the key scenes, potentially.
Key, potentially.
I think it is actually kind of key.
It is. The scene in question is one of two individuals overlooking a possible deconstruction or reconstruction, who knows, of an Imperial ship. I think it's Pershing.
It looks like Pershing, yeah.
Because there's one other scene from the first trailer of him and a companion walking down the hallway, and they are wearing similar clothes.
So is this a flashback? I don't think this is
don't
like
think it's a
deconstructing an
flashback.
Imperial ship. Or are they building new Imperial ships somewhere?
I don't know.
But he was captured, right?
I have no idea. The whole thing with Pershing is very confusing.
Because we also see him potentially on Coruscant. Could that be in the past? I was thinking that was...
What if he's deconstructing a ship because there's data on it he needs, and that's why they called him out there?
Who knows?
Or there's a clone in piece on there. Like, what if there's another Snoke body on that ship?
They're everywhere. They're just
They're
littering the
everywhere.
galaxy. A little halo there. Nice.
Sorry.
Some grunt action.
But I had to get that off my chest before we actually talked about the news today.
Well, yeah, because I originally assumed we hear in Mando Season 2, like, he's important, the New Republic. He's, like, one of their top targets. So I kind of thought they want him he's a scientist. We could turn him to the good side and have him do some things for us. And so maybe that's not the case. Maybe we're seeing flashbacks.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
All right, next story today. Diego Luna attributes the Andor success to the series' unique perspective. Which is what I thought we were contributing their success to as well.
Well, we had there were a lot of factors.
There were a lot of factors.
Being a damn good show being perhaps the top one.
The top, of course.
Yeah.
Diego Luna discussed the success of Andor during his attendance at the Critics' Choice Awards. He sadly did not go home with an award that day, but he did still have plenty of praise for the show, particularly for its unique storytelling and overall appeal as part of the Star Wars family. He was speaking with IndieWire. He said, "When people talk about Star Wars as one thing, it's too heavy. I'm here because Andor is being celebrated, and Andor happens to be part of the Star Wars family, but it is its own thing, you know? But that's one of the reasons Andor has been so celebrated, because it's different. It's its own, it's exactly what we want it to do, and it feels great and weird at the same time, because we're part of Star Wars, but we are different from anything else that Star Wars brings. And I guess I'm very lucky to have such freedom in a show that is part of Star Wars."
Yeah. I mean, I talk about this quite a bit. How there's many things I have read or watched in my time where if it wasn't Star Wars, I would not be partaking in them, or I would start and, well, nope, this isn't a very good story. But with Andor, you could completely remove the Star Wars and it's still fantastic.
Absolutely. Like we've said with Marvel, they're one big superhero genre, superhero franchise, the MCU, but you can break them down into smaller pieces depending on what your genres
You can watch Ant-Man just because you like a comedy heist movie. Though I don't think that'll apply to the new Ant-Man, but...
No, but if you're into, let's say, a political thriller, then Captain America and the Winter Soldier is right up your alley.
Yeah. Yeah, the key is to tell a good story. You can't... It's such a fine line, I think. You can't rely on the source material as kind of this crutch that, well, people are going to watch it. I mean...
But one thing that, like we've said, it helps the MCU. Why we didn't have fatigue in the first few phases was because watching movie to movie, the genres changed up so much and the tones changed up so much, it wasn't fatiguing.
Yeah.
Now in the newest phase, I feel like everything feels the same.
Yeah,
They all have the exact
agree.
same superhero camp feel.
Too campy.
They're missing...
Leaning too heavily on the comedy now.
Yeah. They're missing the differentiation that made it so that you weren't going to get fatigued because they all felt very different. That's why I wasn't fatigued at all watching Andor, because it was so different from all the things that came before it, it felt new.
Very different from Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett or Kenobi.
So I only think that can help a big, long-standing series such as
it's
Star Wars or
No, I
MCU.
agree 100%. You have to keep it fresh. You can't just tell the same type of story over and over again.
He also spoke with Deadline, adding, "This next season ends with the beginning of Rogue One. We're working really hard with the same amount of vigor and energy and passion. It's lovely to be hearing so much love about this show, from audiences, because that keeps us fighting to do an even better season." Good.
Good.
I mean,
I'm
if you
glad
hear the fans come out and they trash your work and they hate it, where's your motivation to keep doing a great job?
I definitely think that would reflect in season 2. If there would be, they might cancel it if it was really panned and hated. But I mean, it's got to encourage you every day on set, right? Hearing the love, hearing the passion people have for that first season, how much they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they could have been easily watching YouTubers or anything along the way, or any sort of film, critique place, and watching as episode came out, watching everyone's excitement and the hype, and everyone trying to put together the pieces of the puzzle they made, and that might have been really exciting for them.
Yeah, I'm sure some filmmakers and actors they have to watch YouTube. I'm not saying they're watching my video. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying it would be hard to resist, right? Hard to resist somebody who sits down and maybe does like a half-hour critique on your movie or your show, and to see what they have to say or hear what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think they, from time to time, partake in a YouTube video or two. Maybe not mine, but somebody's.
I mean, the story of the everyday people struggling against the Empire is keeping me captivated. I'm sure it's keeping other fans captivated, reminding you the power of the ordinary hero. You're not a Jedi, you're just a man.
Yeah, you're just an Andor.
I mean, filming of Season 2 has already begun, and we're expecting the release late 2024.
Jeez, that seems so far away.
It's a year-ish and some
That's
change.
like 2 years, basically. But
some
a little less than 2 years. Eesh. At least we got some stuff to kill time before then.
Kill time.
Mando Season 3, which we talked about before, Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm. Skeleton Crew,
The Acolyte, any
we'll
other surprises along the way. Yeah.
All right, and last story today. New Star Wars Darth Vader Black, White, and Red anthology series announced from Marvel.
This has me interested.
Yes. It's following in the Marvel already has kind of this Black, White, and Red or Black, White, and Blood miniseries that focuses on characters like Wolverine, Deadpool, Moon Knight. Ones that are a little more violent in nature.
Yeah.
That, so it's kind of also like the DC Black Label line where, it's a little more bloody. It's definitely
Harley Quinns,
adult theme that the kiddies should not be picking up off the shelf.
Yes. I mean, I have high hopes for this. I think it could be good. I just don't want sadistic Vader, like I was saying before, just for the sake of being sadistic.
It would have to be a situation where he's not being sadistic, but he has to be violent in order to get what he needs.
I mean, like in the third episode of Kenobi, when he's walking down the street and he's snapping necks, I think, he's trying to lure out Kenobi. He's not doing it because he's just, I like to snap people's necks.
Right, he has a purpose for the violence.
He has a purpose. He's not afraid to do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, Vader doesn't kill people. No, he has no issue with killing people. He's just not going to kill you just because he can. He's going to kill you for a purpose. Or because you failed him for the last time.
One of the artists on the series also spoke with StarWars.com where he expressed his excitement to draw Vader at his cruelest. "It was always a treat to draw anything for Star Wars. It's a double treat to draw anything for Star Wars featuring Darth Vader. And it's a triple treat to draw anything for Star Wars featuring Darth Vader at his sithiest, nastiest, most vile and violent. This series is a way off, but I am looking forward to it with great interest."
We'll watch your comic with great interest.
Yes.
I hope so. Like I said, I just don't lean too heavily into it where you make him like he's just this crazy monster killing people for no reason.
He can't just be an insane monster. He's not Darth Maul.
You didn't give us the
crazy,
prequels to turn Darth Vader into just this mindless killing machine.
There's always a reason behind what he does. He fights with a certain sense of his own honor.
He believes his, bringing peace, prosperity. He believes in what he's doing. That's, again...
Even in the Vader comics where he was trying to earn his lightsaber and he was fighting like a ripped Jedi. Yeah, he was ripped. He didn't turn into a crazy psycho. He still tried to fight with honor in his own way.
In his own way. I mean, like, he'll do what must be done. No pun intended there, but I just don't want to see him go above and beyond just because he can. I don't think that is Darth Vader. All right, well, I guess that's going to be all we got for you this time. So do take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of that Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. Tell us if you think we're seeing flashbacks with Pershing or what exactly we're seeing with, as we tend to call him, Donut Man.
Dr. Donut.
Dr. Donut, sorry.
Taking his degrees away.
Sorry, he did earn that PhD. Anyway, take to the comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.